Aloha. My name is Maile Shimabukuro. I'm the State House Representative for District 45, which is Makaha, Makua, and Waianae. I've been in office since 2003 and consider it an extreme honor and privilege to serve the state and the people of the Waianae Coast. I'm an attorney by trade, and I've worked at a legal services office on the Waianae Coast since 1992. I love what I do, and I get excellent material from my job. I think the best way to judge a government is by how the most vulnerable in our society are faring, and my work keeps me very close to those issues. In terms of my accomplishments, I think my best accomplishment from this past session was obtaining $3 million for LCC Waianae. The money will be used to finally achieve the dream of having LCC Waianae own its own building and expand. As many of you know, the campus has been renting a tiny space behind Cathay Inn throughout its whole existence, and it's far outgrown that. And the plan is to purchase the building, to cover the parking lot, and then to put buildings and office space above the parking lot. So this will allow us to create opportunities to have homegrown teachers, homegrown doctors and nurses and social workers, entrepreneurs, all the areas that we're short in Waianae. We can now encourage our own people to obtain these degrees and really make a future brighter for the Waianae Coast. So please urge the governor to release the $3 million. You can sign a petition on my blog, maile45.blogspot.com. More of my accomplishments are listed on my campaign website, electmaile.blogspot.com. In terms of my goals for the future, the first is traffic alleviation. And fortunately, I was able to get $2 million into the budget to fund turn lanes at Nanakuli and Haleakala Avenues. And in addition to having those turn lanes at those areas, DOT is going to connect the two turn lanes. So there'll be a continuous lane going all the way down Farrington Highway between Nanakuli and Haleakala Avenue. And so this will be a wonderful mechanism for DOT and HPD to implement contraflow in times of emergency. One of the requirements for DOT is that when they do contraflow, they want to have at least two lanes open in the opposite direction, so that if there is an ambulance or other emergency in the other direction, there'll be more than one lane. And I know many of you also want an alternate route out of Waianae. I support that as long as it does not disrupt our agriculture land, our cultural sites, and displace people from their homes. So there are ideas floating around about taking a route near Kolikoli Pass. The second goal is the Eala Voyaging Canoe. And as many of you know, the Eala is an ancient canoe that was built under the leadership of the Waianae Hawaiian Civic Club, and it is now at Sand Island, and many people now are enthusiastic about bringing it home. We have 3 captains for the Eala canoe that are all from the Waianae Coast. We have students from Waianae and Nanakuli High that want to bring it home, and I've written a proposal to the city to return it to Pokai Bay. I hope you'll sign the petition that I also organized. It's on my blog, maile45.blogspot.com, urging the city to bring Eala home. The final goal I wanted to discuss is the People's Path. And as many of you know, for the past couple years, there's been a group of us that have organized around this goal, and we have written a grant. We got $5,000 from Aloha Care. We've planted native plants along the pathway on the coast. And what the goal is to connect the state's planned pathway that's going to go all around this island, and it's going to end at Nanakuli McDonald's. We want to connect that pathway all the way to Kaena Point. And I want to use part of the Aloha Care funds to pay grant writers to write additional grants and to seek federal funds. What they did on Kauai was they got federal money, county money, and state money and funded a pathway that is now all along Kapa'a. So I know we can do it for the Waianae Coast. Rails to Trails is a federal source. Outdoor Circle is a group that helps in these kind of areas. We can tap into those resources. So with that being said, I want to say mahalo nui loa for the privilege of serving you, and I hope you'll vote for me. Thank you.